In this video, we are going to take a look at how to identify the slope and y-intercept from an equation of a line, but this equation is given what's called in standard form. What that means is the variables, the unknowns, are on the left side, and in order for us to solve for y, we need to isolate that term. So how are we going to do that? So let's take a look. So we've got x plus 2y equals 6. We are trying to solve this for y. So first we want to identify where is y. Well, y is right here, right? And we want to isolate it. So we want it to be by itself. So we need to get rid of this x. Okay, so it's there. We don't know what it is, but it is something. Okay, so we need to get rid of it. So we're going to subtract this x from both sides. Okay, and what that does is it's just going to cancel it over here. That's going to go away because if you add a number and then subtract a number, that's going to give you 0. And then 2y will still be left. So you're going to get 2y equals 6 subtract x. Okay, so we're almost done solving this for y, but we have one other thing, and that is this 2 right here, that we need to get rid of it, right? How do we do that? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to do an operation that's opposite of multiplication. So why are you multiplying here? Well, that's because it's a default operation. So between 2 and y, there's some mathematical operation. Well, what is it? It's not a plus, it's not a subtraction. It's got to be multiplication because that's the default operation. So we're going to go ahead and divide both sides, and we have to divide the whole thing by 2, okay? What that does is it's just going to cancel that 2 over here. So it's going to go away. And now you're just going to have y equals 6 minus x, and then you're dividing it by 2. Now, you're almost there. Okay, so you got y equals. But now what you have to do is divide each term by 2. So 6 divided by 2, you can use a calculator, and you will see that that's 3. And then minus, well, it'll be x divided by 2. However, what they usually want is they want number x instead. And here is a trick. Instead of dividing by a number, you can multiply by what's called its reciprocal. Reciprocal means 1 over. So it's like 1/2. So instead of dividing by 2, you can multiply by 1/2. Okay? So this is going to become 1/2 x. And that's your answer. So we're going to put that right here. It's 3 minus 1/2 x. Okay, once you got that, that's an equation of a line. Now we solved it for y. And then now we want to identify the slope and the y-intercept. First of all, the slope of a line is the number in front of x. So we call it the coefficient of x. So this would be this right here. That would be the slope. Okay, so whatever number is in front. We're not counting 3 because we are actually adding 3 to this whole thing. So whenever you are subtracting two things, this is the same thing as saying that it's going to be 3 plus negative 1/2 x. Okay, so instead of subtracting, you can add a negative. Okay, so then what happens is this negative 1/2 is going to be the number in front of x. And then 3 will be the y-intercept. So right here, this is going to go negative 1/2. And what is the y-intercept? Well, that's 3.